Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to this beautiful space. I know we have some visitors here tonight and some regulars here tonight, and I welcome all of you. I'm Rabbi Jessica Graf, joined by Simon Barrad, our cantorial soloist, Jonathan Dimmock on our beautiful piano over there, our music director, and I want to invite all of you to fill this space, this gorgeous dome, with your music and your prayer on this Shabbat as we come in from the outside world and make a space for ourselves. I would like to invite you to just turn to the people around you, say Shabbat Shalom, and one thing you're grateful for from this week. I would like to invite Nancy Sheftel-Gomes. There she is. Hello. To say hello and share a word of welcome on behalf of the Hells of Eternity board on which she serves, our beautiful cemetery. She represents our leadership here.
Okay, it might be two sentences. All day long, I really was thinking about this idea about it's in Pirkei Avot about the 10 things that were created in the half a second between the end of the sixth day and the beginning of the seventh day. And when I walked in, if you're sitting in the wrong place, you can't see that, you've seen it when the sun hits that place in the window. And I thought, that is the second between the end of the sixth day and the beginning of the seventh day, because it's going to move in half a second, because it's the sun moving. So anyhow, you came to the right place. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. You guys at home can't see our beautiful Moses window that is filled with light, or our dome that is letting in light as the week comes to an end, but I want to welcome you wherever you are joining us from. We're very happy to have you here. And by the way, just for community, Devin, that's Yulia, who just walked in. Yulia, wave. I just showed Devin your book, Yulia. She wrote the really cool book, Until the Last Pickle. I was just talking about it this afternoon. So that's what community is, making all kinds of connections. I would like to invite the Monikas up to light Shabbat candles. One happens to be my mom. One happens to get confused as my mom often in this community. You guys can decide which one is which, but we're delighted to have you Monikas lighting M&M, lighting our Shabbat candles.
במצוותיו
We turn to page 10 as we welcome in Shabbat with these beautiful words of Hine Matov.
Hine Matov u'manayim, shever achim kam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim, shever achim kam yachad. Manayim, shever achim kam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shever achim kam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shever achim kam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shever achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shever achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shever achim gam yachad.
How good it is when we come together and join in community. We turn now to page 20 as we welcome the angels of Shabbat to join us for the next 25 hours, to be with us, to walk us home, and to help us celebrate, as Devin and I were talking about a few minutes ago, just a taste of the world to come, which is our Shabbat each week. Page 20.
Lecha dodi likrat kala peni Shabbat lekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala peni Shabbat lekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד ישמיענו המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה ולך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה. שבת ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך מיורי, אורי, אורי, שיר תברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה וצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. די לקראת קלה פני שבת תקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת תקבלה.
We turn now to page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish. Please remain standing if you're able to. Chatzi Kaddish separates Kabbalat Shabbat, the preparation for entering into our evening service, from the actual evening service, which is a weekday evening service. So page 26, and we'll remain standing for Baruch Hu following.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועלמא יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביום איכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל פגלה פגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתבהר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן מעלמה ויאמרו אמן. La 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 la
We turn to page 30 for Ma'ariv Aravim, the prayer that thanks God for the cycle of day and night, which is unbroken. As I'm looking up at the light just coming through the dome, I'm remembering that Cantor Fromer called this our tent. What a nice tent we have, isn't it? And through the flaps of our tent come in this beautiful light that will soon turn to shadows. We're so grateful for this endless cycle of warmth, which turns to an opportunity to rest at night and back again to sunshine in the morning. We join together on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvidvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai tzvaot shmo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע
Please be seated. We join with Simon in Ve'ahavta on page 36 as we are reminded to share all the words of our tradition through the generations and wherever we go.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
I don't know how many of you had a chance to see the three rabbis who gave blessings at the convention this past week. Anybody see those folks? All right, a few. Well, the two women of the three rabbis who spoke were both B'nai Jeshurun fellows, one just before me and one after. One was in my class in college. We were very proud to be close to fame. Important words. Rabbi Sharon Brous said a lot of interesting things, but she had this fantastic line, which I thought I would share with you just now before Micha Mocha. She said, standing on the podium at the convention, "The God of redemption specializes in the impossible." Isn't that a great line? The God of redemption specializes in the impossible. And so it's true, we are here because God has specialized in the impossible, bringing us to freedom. Page 40, Micha Mocha.
Come
wonder if you guys would do us a huge favor and help us learn this first part of this beautiful prayer.
Absolutely.
Will you teach us so that everybody can sing this and fill this dome with these beautiful words?
We
Just
can.
the first part so that we can
Yeah.
all sing together, because it's so beautiful to hear you, but I want to hear all of
Yeah.
them too.
Repeat after me. Sing loud, sing loud, sing loud. Micha mocha. And you. Micha mocha. And then it goes. Micha mocha. You guys. Micha mocha. And then it goes. Micha mocha. And Micha mocha. Ba'elim Adonai. Ba'elim Adonai.
Let's sing it all together.
All
It's
together
so pretty.
now. We'll do it a little slower so we can all. I can give you the hand motions. Right. Micha mocha. Micha mocha. Micha mocha. Ba'elim Adonai. Beautiful. We'll have the test next week.
So pretty. I think I listened to it about 8,000 times when Jonathan and Cantor Fromer first introduced this. It took me so long to get all the notes. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty as we sing this all together. Thank you. We turn to page 42 as we ask God, give us a place to rest, Adonai. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch at Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 43.
Now that you're warmed up, let's all sing together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. One more time. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkiveinu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkiveinu, Leshalom. Ve'hamitenu, Shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha. Hashkiveinu, if you know the part, sing it. Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkiveinu, Leshalom. Now the part everyone knows. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. One more time. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
We turn to page 253. We pray for the healing of body and of spirit of those in our community and our lives who need extra strength from us and from our prayers. Page 253. On this Shabbat, we pray for the refuah, the complete healing of body and spirit of Dr. Marion Blumberg, Ann E. Cohen, Will Gaines, Stephen Gerbsman, Marcia Gruskin, William Kurian, William Lowenberg, Ed Mashke, Al Postamentier, Dr. Mel Rosen, Philip Rosenberg, Avraham Allen Spee, and Karen Wiener. We add to those names ones that you share with us out loud as we ask God to watch over them. May God bring a full and speedy recovery to all those in our prayers. We set our personal intentions even as we come together as a community. Each of us prays with our own words as we stand together with our minyan, with our community of friends here. We turn to page 46 and stand when you feel ready to call out, Adonai, open up my lips so that we may speak to you from the heart.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekone Hakol, Vezocher Chaste Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Ata Rav Lehoshia, Morid HaTal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim מתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך פר גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
This Shabbat happens to fall on the same day as Ukrainian Independence Day, so this is a song for Ukraine.
Promise of tomorrow and the new light of the dawn. yield the harvest, the orchard and the vine, the simple gifts of kindness and the blessing of more time, and all we ever wanted was to leave no one behind, to watch the seasons turn in some benevolent design, the peace that comes from knowing all our loved ones will be fine. And all we ever wanted was roses round the gate.
Shabbat Shalom. It's been a busy week. How many of you watched the convention or part of it? Okay, almost all. You watched all 4 days? Okay, some very dedicated people here. No matter where you fall on the issues, this was a historic moment. The first woman of color to be nominated for president, and oh yeah, she has a Jewish husband too. I think it's been a topic of much conversation, topic of joy for some and exploration, consternation. Yesterday, I dropped Ari off at camp, and another mom from her class was dropping off at the same time, and she's Sri Lankan. She came up to me. She said, "I'm so excited. My mother's name was Kamala." And she said, "I wish she were alive to see this because she wouldn't believe it." I thought, yeah, that's pretty extraordinary that we have a woman named Kamala who's now running for president of the United States. How many of you watched the speech of Rachel Goldberg and John Polin? Okay, many, but not everybody. If you haven't yet seen these 9 minutes, it is the most important thing that you can do as a Jewish person this weekend. Go home and watch the 9 minutes of this speech. Rich is agreeing with me, getting a couple of nods. I am quite convinced that seeing this may just change your life. Rachel Goldberg and John Polin are parents of Hirsch. He is one of the 8 Americans still held in captivity, stolen from the music festival on October 7th. There are 109 hostages still captive, 8 Americans. They're speaking with such an outcry of pain, such a beautiful expression of what we've all experienced and what, thankfully, none of us here can even imagine. I was thinking about what they said to the American people and the whole wide world, standing up on this important stage and sharing the extraordinary pain through which they've navigated these last, I think, 321 days now, many, many, many months, as they have waited and prayed and worked to try and bring about this release of the 109. I was thinking about everything that they said when I read the Torah portion this week, Parshat Akev, which continues in Moses' repetition or remembrance of all the things that he had led our people through. If you haven't been here in the last couple of weeks, I'll just say that Moses is 39 years and 11, maybe and a half by now, months into leading us to the Promised Land, which makes him 119 and 11 and a half months. He's been really busy. He's ready to retire, but before he retires, he shares a legacy with us, reminding us all of the places that we've been and all the things that we've done. And in this week's Torah portion, he reminds us of something extremely important. He reminds us of going up to receive the 10 Commandments. And he reminds us that he stayed up on the mountaintop for 40 days and 40 nights, communing with God, at which time he brought down these beautiful tablets. And he reminds us that when he gets to the bottom of the mountain and reunites with the Israelites who were supposed to be waiting for him, he finds us celebrating the golden calf. He reminds us that in that moment, he threw the tablets down and they shattered. And then he went back up to get new tablets. But God instructed him to take those broken tablets and to put them into an ark that we would carry with us everywhere that we would go. And so instead of just giving us these beautiful tablets, like that, instead of painting them gold and letting us celebrate them, we have this part of our story, our history, which brings us really to today. It's the story of our brokenness that comes with us everywhere we go. Why does God insist that we take these broken tablets when God carves new ones, or Moses carves them at God's command, or the worm carves them, as Nancy said? It's believed that a special worm carved the 10 Commandments, maybe in the moments between sunset and Shabbat entering on Friday afternoon. Wherever these tablets came from, we had 10 perfectly good instructions on 2 tablets to begin with. But then the interaction between people caused Moses so much emotion that he threw them down. And instead of leaving them to go back into the dust or to just be swept up somewhere, God instructs Moses to take them and to put them into an ark and to have us carry them everywhere we go. It's the story of our brokenness, of our missteps, of our mistakes. It's the story of us taking that with us wherever, as we encounter the rest of our lives, holding on to the brokenness which accompanies us. It's the story also of the perseverance that we must have as we figure out how to rectify and correct and begin anew. It's the story of the imperfection of the journey. It's the story of us never giving up. By keeping these broken tablets at the center of our community, we are never allowed to forget all the things that have gone wrong, the hurts, the journey, the process that didn't go so well, and the places that we need to repair. As I watched Rachel Goldberg and John Poland stand at the Democratic National Convention and cry out with their pain to America and the world beyond, I was reminded of these tablets that God instructed us to keep in the center of our community always. The brokenness, the anguish, the story which is theirs, which remains unhidden, and just this week became very public. The response of the community as they were talking was overwhelming. It was overwhelming to them as they stood there, wiping tears, but to all of us, even as we listened to these 9 minutes of them talking, the chanting, "Bring them home." A story which has too often in these last number of months felt like just ours, like people had forgotten about the 109 who were there, like people have forgotten about the Bebus boys, 1 and 5 years old, who are stuck somewhere. It seems that as all of these days have gone on, we have not been joined by the world in an outcry of pain. And when Rachel and John stood there crying out in their hometown of Chicago about their son, who was born in Oakland, actually, and then moved to Israel for their great belief in Aliyah, for the incredible commitment that they had to populating and living in and expressing their lives in the Jewish homeland, they talked about their shattered world, the pain that they bring with them, and it is the pain of all of us. It was extraordinary to see how they were able to share that, and it was extraordinarily moving to feel that the world joined with us in understanding a tiny, tiny bit about that pain. It is, I think, one of the great blessings of the lessons of God that we have learned to express that pain, not to be broken by it, but to be always moving forward and never forgetting what came before. It is this that is truly, I think, the legacy of the Jewish people. Never forget. Never forget, so that we will be moved forward to a better place. Tonight, as we join together, we remember and pray for the release of the 109, the healing of their families, and all of us, the pain that all of us experience in the Jewish community and far beyond, that was shared in those moments this week by the rest of the community, to recognize how we can move forward and honor the excruciating pain that remains at the center of our community, even as we look to finding a solution and peace. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to page 282 for Aleinu. We say always that this word means it is upon us, and it is so true in this moment as we look at a world that we hope will be changed, a hope that inspires us, a joy that we aspire to attain again in our country. It is in fact upon us to figure out what our role will be in joining hands, in accompanying others, and in lifting everyone up. Page 282, please stand.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד,
Please be seated. We turn to page 295. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. In the same way that we carry the broken tablets, we carry the brokenness of our lives of memories of those who are no longer with us, and the accompaniment of community eases that pain and helps to magnify memory. Together we carry the broken pieces of the tablets everywhere, and together we carry important memories of those who came before us to inspire us and to continue inspiring us through their legacies. If you are observing Shiva or Shloshim, the first 7 or 30 days of mourning, please stand and share a name with us. We remember for Shiva also Stu Magnus. If you are observing the first year of mourning for a loved one, please stand and share a name with us.
Mark McGill.
Lita Zimmerman. Rosalia Lescablanc. Gordon Shear. Bruce Ballard.
The perpetual memorials in our congregation are Catherine Amenta, Jose Guadalupe de Anda Sr., and Mark Migdale. If you're observing a yard site on this Shabbat, please stand as your loved one's name is read. Dorothy Green Balshone, Diane Byrne, Barbara Diamond, Rebecca Gansky, Rose Slobovi Gerber, Sarah E. Gottlieb, Hyman Libman, Ari McGuire, Lena Rantz, Rebecca Rice, Jack Schoen, Moise Shore, Ruth Silverstein, Marion Tepper, Harold Weiss, and other people whom you mentioned now. If we're observing other yard sites, please share additional names. We stand with our mourners as we join together in the words of Kaddish Yatom on page 294. Yit gadal v'yit gadash shemei rabba ve'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayachon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael b'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam amei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha brichu La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam harab min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom v'imromav
Huya aseh shalom.
Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen.
Osei shalom imromav Huyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol
Please be seated. Just a few announcements. We want to thank Felicia Klepper-Borkovi and family for sponsoring our oneg tonight in memory of your grandfather, Moise Shore. May his memory be a blessing. Tomorrow, please join us in the foyer for the oneg and to say hello to Felicia and family. Tomorrow morning, online Torah study. There's been a little bit of challenge with the new rules, we're requiring registration to keep everything safe and sound online. So when you go online where it used to say more information, there's a button for registration. It's not hard. It feels a little scary to me because I am not a computer person, but it's not hard. Just click on that. You'll be sent a link. If you already have a link from last week, you're good to go. It's a one-time thing, and we'll all be good. I look forward to being with you tomorrow morning at 9:15. Lots of other things going on, which you can find here on the leaflet. On Saturday morning, Shabbat, September 7th, there will be an in-person hybrid Torah study, so you can mark your calendar for that. For everybody, on Sunday, September 8th, I want to highlight our fall, beginning of school, pre-high holidays. Please join us, community picnic. Everybody is welcome to come. And a new program hot off the press on Monday, September 16th. Shira Ben Sasson Furstenberg, who's the Associate Director of the New Israel Fund Israel, will be with us and in conversation with me. I think it will give us a wonderful opportunity to hear from on the ground what is going on there in our community. So please come. More information is here. And Zach asked me, and I would never forget something Zach asked me to do. I might, but I'm not right now. The memorial book, the deadline is tonight, he says. Fill out the online form or contact Zach Migdale, who you can just, oh, there he is. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you were here. You can just attack him at the Oneg and tell him what names you want to make sure go in the memorial book for our high holidays for our book this year. Anything else? Okay. Well, I invite all of you to please join me and Simon in the foyer as we're going to sing ourselves and all together, all of us, out for Kiddush and Motzi. Shabbat Shalom.